Are you looking for a free open source alternative to Amazon S3 that you can run on your own hardware, even across multiple locations? Let's discover Garage, a self-hosted distributed object storage service designed to be lightweight, resilient, and dead simple to operate. It runs as a single binary, works over the internet across multiple data centers, and is fully compatible with the S3 API, so it plugs right into your existing stack. To get started, you can self-deploy it on your server by following the documentation's instructions, or you can use Elestio to deploy it seamlessly on your server or the cloud provider of your choice. We handle the installation, backups, updates, and ongoing maintenance for you. To start using Garage on our platform, head to ls.io and click on Login. Then deploy my first service, search for Garage, and select. Choose between the different cloud providers, regions, and service plans based on your needs. Then press Next. On the final screen, you can rename it, adjust more advanced settings, and choose between the different level of support we provide. The first one is free and included by default. Once you're all set, hit the Create Service button. Once the installation is finished, you receive this email telling you that your new Garage instance is ready. You have information on how to access the UI and also how to access the S3 API. We'll see together how to do it. Let's follow the Get Password link. You arrive on Elestio administration dashboard for your new Garage instance. You have a link to access the visual UI. Root will be the default username and the password is hidden. Copy it to your clipboard and follow the link. Type a root and paste the password and sign in. We arrive on a simple dashboard containing a few analytics, the number of nodes, the storage nodes, the partitions, how many files are stored and the total usage of it. But as we just started, the analytics are not so interesting right now. So if you want to directly use it, go into Keys to create S3 compatible API keys. There is one that is created by default, which is named default key. The key ID, you can copy it to your clipboard, and the secret key, you can view it and copy it. I don't think in S3 you are able to retrieve secret key if you lost them, but here it is possible and it's practical, even if it can be a bit a problem security-wise. Once you have your keys, you are able to use your Garage instance with any S3 compatible storage. For example, Nextcloud that we covered in another video, and that is an awesome open source software. A free open source alternative to Google Suite. I highly recommend you to watch the video after this one. Or you can use your keys bypassing the Garage instance using AWS S3 client for any file storage operations you have in your project. On the keys section, again, you are able to create new keys. Let's name it Elestio. Or you can import existing ones, submit it, and simply have an ID and view the secret key. The permissions aren't here. Then you have the buckets. So the default bucket is created here. You can browse it, upload files. So let's click here, create an images folder, submit, open the image folder, upload file. Let's upload our icon, open, and here it is. You have your file hosted on S3, available to the web. Now, if we go back to the bucket list, you can see the analytics are updated in real time. We have two objects, though the folder is considered as an object, and the total storage. Then, if you go to manage, you are able to add different aliases to your bucket, define if it is public or not. By default, it is the case, and add some quotas to limit the number of objects and the size. Then it is from here that you manage permissions, not from the keys. I think on IAM on S3, it is the opposite. It is the key that has the permission. Here, the key has permission, but it's associated directly from the bucket. So it's easier to retrieve this bucket who has access to this one. The rules are simple: read, write, and owner. And you can add as many keys as you want. I can add the one I created, only read-write access, submit, and voila, it's done. And finally, the best thing about Garage is that it handles cluster, allowing you to deploy multiple instances on multiple regions, on multiple service providers. To set up your cluster, you simply have to click on Connect, and they give you the command to run to get the ID of this node. So let's copy it so I can show you how to do it with Elestio. On the admin UI on Elestio, you can go to Tools and have access to the terminal here. You will need to save the password here. Username will be root. So here it is. It's a different password, of course. Sign in. I lost the command, so let's copy it again. Open the terminal, paste it, run it, but it won't work because it defaults the name to Garage. So to get the actual name, you run docker-ps or docker ps without the dash. Yeah. So here we can see the different Docker images that are running on our server. And the one that interests us is app-garage-1. So we copy it up a row. We replace the exec on Garage because where we need to run it is on app-garage-1. And here we have the node ID. So you copy it and then in connect a node on your other instance, you will be able to put the node ID. As always, I highly recommend you to check the documentation for features that I didn't cover on this video, and if you want to learn how to use them on your own projects. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed discovering Garage with us. Please hit the like button to help our channel be more visible to other open source lovers. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss our next platform overviews. If you want to continue your open source journey, watch this video, available here.